and welcome back to Agents of Damned, our Let's Play D&D podcast featuring myself, Jordan Roman, your sometimes benevolent, often malevolent Dungeon Master. And I am, of course, joined by my fellow players.
Hi guys, I'm Katie, and I play Faith.
Hey guys, I'm Christina, and I play Winterra.
And I'm Drew, and I play the good Dr. Arlo Agon.
So, this is normally the part where I would attempt to try and find some sloppy transition into how something magical and fantastical happened last time. However, I've had something actually brought to my attention that I feel is magical and fantastical that I wanted to bring up. So, you guys, not you guys, the players, my fellow podcastees, but you guys, the listeners, please go look at our Twitter feed and just take in the majesty that is our Twitter handle. Because that is the most magically unintended thing I've seen since Ooze Babies.
Oh god, what is it?
Our Twitter handle is Agents of D.
Yes!
Isn't that the best?
That is hilarious!
I know!
Agents of the D.
You guys keep throwing the word the in there. There's no the, it's just Agents of Damned, or in this case, of D.
You never corrected us in the beginning, so now it's just stuck.
Oh, that's y'all's fault. Anyway, how about a recap of the entire last mission that you guys have managed to wrap up before we get started into this new one?
Let's do it, fam.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, last time, the agents encountered Elima in the treasure room of Thornhold Fortress. She seemed surprised to see them instead of Milo, but was even more surprised to hear that he had been injured by a magical explosion. After a brief discourse, the agents realized that Elima had no prior knowledge of the magical traps, or of the fact that Milo had been targeted. Elima asked the agents to take Milo out of Neverwinter to keep him safe. However, they refused, claiming that protecting the city was more important than one man. In response, Elima triggered a trap, closing the door and sealing the room. Elima then told the agents that what she knew about the man in black armor, a man they now knew to be called Ash. The agents tried to reason with Elima to help them defeat Ash, but she was consumed by fear and convinced that beating him was all but impossible. Elima filled the room with smoke and went into hiding, but was quickly discovered and detained by the agents. Despite this, Elima triggered one final trap, ending her own life with a well-placed poison dart. They delivered the body to Barden, as well as a letter found in Milo's office. Barden agreed to see it delivered to Milo, but said they had best leave Neverwinter immediately. After returning to Damned HQ, they met with 3 other teams, Divine Shield, Second Chance, and Friday Night Fun Pals, before being sent to Ryan's office for a debriefing. However, they found that she was less than happy with their performance, citing a letter of complaint she had received from Barden. After reprimanding the agents and having an intense verbal standoff with Arlo, Ryan sent the agents to receive supplementary training with some of the agency's veterans. After speaking with Alar, Arlo returned to Ryan to apologize for lashing out. The two reconciled and decided to start over with their professional relationship. Nearing the end of their time off, Saith was visited by a figure from her past who revealed himself to be Asmodeus. He offered Saith the boons of her grandparents, as well as a small black cat, before disappearing into a black mist. And now we resume our tale. Saith, you are still in this room. Asmodeus has just poofed away, and you're just sitting there with this cat in your lap. You don't fully know exactly what this thing is capable of, but you do sense a very powerful magic coming from it, especially from the 3 gems on its collar. And you hear a voice in your head that says,
"If ever you should need eyeball, call from the bones, and you shall receive my dark blessing."
Well, that answers that question. I was just about to ask you if you talked.
That was not the cat.
Oh.
That voice was just kind of in your head, and you knew it was Asmodeus's voice.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. Well, can you talk then?
It just kind of, like, nuzzles up against you. It does not say anything.
I'm okay with this.
Do you alert your sleeping companions, or do you just kind of shrug it off and go back to sleep?
It doesn't seem like relevant information.
I'm sorry, hold on a sec. Now, I'm not one to try and influence your actions here, nor am I saying you should reconsider. But do you really consider the fact that you were just visited by the ruler of the Nine Hells and bestowed a cat as well as several demonic powers to be irrelevant information?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Alright, fuck it, Sith goes back to sleep.
And it never came up again.
Morning comes. Everyone roll, just give me a raw luck check.
That's a 20 on the die, of course.
I got an 11.
Oh shit, I got a 5.
Oh, well, that's, interesting. Wintera, you're the first one to wake up.
Cool. I am wide awake, like, off the bat. I'm just like, this is such a great... Cat? Why do I smell like cat?
Oh, let's pause for a second.
I smell cat and I hear dog.
My cat is broken!
So I'm like, why do I smell like cat? It's so strange. And I'm gonna look around and like kind of like confusedly like see if there's a cat in the room. Do I notice the cat yet?
Yeah, no, you follow the smell and you walk over to Saith's bed, and sure enough, she is kind of just cuddled up with this small black cat with this weird-looking collar that has 3 gems on it.
Huh. So they're both still asleep?
Yeah, they're still asleep. She rolled garbage.
Okay. I don't know how to wake up Saith without risking her trying to slit my throat.
That's a fair point.
And I feel like if I'm just staring at her, that would be still creepy. So I'm just gonna kind of squint at the cat. Kind of like, I don't understand. What, do we even have cats at the headquarters? Do they just wander around? And I'm just gonna, go wake up, Arlo. Like, Arlo, get up. Hey, psst.
Hey, what's going on? What happened?
Hey, has there always been a cat in this room?
I want to say no. Why? Why would there be a cat?
Look, there's a cat sleeping with Saith.
That is, that's peculiar. To say the least.
I've never noticed cats in the headquarters. They don't just wander around, right?
I would assume with how, like, regulatory this place is that there's a strict no pets policy.
I will also point out for the two of you that your headquarters is located in a pocket dimension, located on a gem on the back of a dragon turtle that swims in the ocean.
I didn't say that Tara was smart.
Oh shit, yeah.
That's weird. I don't want to wake her up because I'm afraid that she'll try to kill me because I feel like she's done that once a week at best.
Wait, I have a plan. All right, so it's gonna take some laser focus, some pinpoint precision, but if we pull this off, it just might work. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, so Arlo gets up out of his bed and gets near enough to Saith's bed that he's within talking distance, but not within any of her striking distance. He doesn't. He kind of sizes her up and he's like, I'm not gonna get in within the reach of her arms or legs
or tail.
Then he takes in a deep breath. He goes, Saith, wake up! There's a cat on you!
Saith, you wake up.
There better be a good reason for this.
There's a cat on you.
Yeah? He's always been here.
What?
What?
Oh, he hasn't.
Y'all are crazy.
Roll deception with disadvantage.
12.
Yeah, no, they are not buying it.
Lazy, you definitely did not have that cat. I ought to notice that cat, as it is unsettling for some reason.
Don't you worry about Modi. He's a good boy.
His name's Modi.
Modi, that's right. She's just gonna scritch him behind the ears.
He purrs.
Tara's gonna get closer to the cat, and because she can talk with cats, so she can talk with animals in general that are beasts, like of the cat size. So she's gonna go up to it and she's gonna go, "Are you a good boy?"
It nods its head to the side, but it does not respond.
Huh. Are you just shy?
It starts grooming
You
itself.
shy cat. Uh-huh. Tara kind of like looks like back at Saith and gives her like an incredulous like eyebrow up look. Like, I don't think this is a normal cat.
I don't think you're a normal person.
I mean, that's a fair statement. I am literally a bear person.
Well, Modi, let's go get some breakfast.
Hey, you can't just go to break. Explain the cat. The cat defies all explanation and possibility.
And so with that, Saith walks down the hallway over to the meal hall with Arlo following behind, firing off a barrage of unending questions. Well, now that that scene has ended, now feels like as good a time as any to mention, the agents are now level 5!
Ba-ba-da-da!
We did kind of go into a pretty in-depth discussion on that one over on our peek behind the screen from last week. So if you guys want to just like real quick go over what you guys gained out of your levels, then go ahead and do that, and then we can proceed to plot.
I'm a wizard now.
You are not. Don't lie. That's a class.
You're a wizard, Saint.
I'm a wizard.
Always been a wizard.
No, Saith is actually multi-classed into a warlock, so she is 3 levels rogue, 2 levels warlock.
I'm just that awesome.
Do you two want to talk about what you guys did, or can we move on?
Oh yeah, so I can warcast now, which is pretty awesome. And I can do a lot of new cool spells, like finally being able to conjure animals.
I took some stat boosts to no longer be sucking negatives in charisma checks and stuff, and to even out my wisdom score. I'm now a level 5 cleric, which means I've got access to a slew of new spells which are going to be super fun and dope, and might even be a little bit dumb sometimes.
I expect nothing less with you guys.
We're gonna have a good time.
Oh, I do have access to Revivify, so we can use that as like a segue into the things Jordan wanted to talk about bringing people back to life.
Oh yeah, I'll be real quick on this one. If they ever need to use a spell like Revivify that brings someone back from like dead, like no death saving throws, they failed all those, their character is gone, they gotta roll a new one. Those do require material components. I otherwise normally don't care, but I need to make this like have stakes, so that is the one kind of spell they can't just do without material components. So either have whatever it calls for, or just the equivalent like gold amount, whatever that is. I am trusting you guys not to cheat me on that one. So, you guys are now in the cafeteria. You guys are enjoying your breakfast. This same as it's always been. Usual arrangement. Toast, eggs.
Ooh. Does cappuccino make me a coffee?
Who the fuck is cappuccino?
Espresso!
There
Espresso.
you go. Do you go up and ask for one? Because they don't just give them shits out.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna go ask for a coffee. Coffee. Hell yeah, I'm gonna go ask for a coffee from my little dude.
Alright, so you head on over to Orlo, who you know is Espresso's caretaker.
Ah, hello, Saith. May I help you with anything else?
No, Orlo, I would just like some coffee, please.
Ah, very well.
And he just presents you with a cup.
I would like it with espresso, please.
Ah, I see. You need a bit of pep in your step today. I
Yes,
understand.
please.
Well, the espresso does actually cost a little bit extra. I do hate to say it.
Do you have a spare 10 gold?
Yes, absolutely.
Alright, you exchange that, and he rustles up his shoulder.
Alright, little friend, time to do your job.
And so, as you saw in Ryan's office a few weeks back, a little brown dragon just shimmies his way out of the bag, down his arm, and spits in your drink.
Yay!
And then he
Nice.
crawls back up into Orlo's satchel and just kind of re-nestles himself.
So cute. Oh, it's so kawaii. Kawaii
Weeb.
desu.
Speaking of gold and money, how do we get paid from working as an agent?
Ah, yes.
Question.
Oh shit.
I was gonna
forgot
get
about that.
I was gonna get to that, don't worry. For the last job, each of you got 2,000 gold.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, no, despite
Boys going shopping.
Despite what Ryan viewed as a less than optimal performance, you guys did still do the job, so get paid for it. So, Saith, I assume you do drink the coffee while you're here. You didn't just want to see your good buddy.
Yeah, no, of course she drinks the coffee.
As you drink this, it's definitely stronger than any other coffee you've had, but it doesn't taste bitter. It still goes down very smoothly. And you feel energized in a way you've never felt before. For this first day, so once you guys get set on your mission, that starts your first day, you are under the effect of the haste spell.
Nice.
Now, this will...
Ooh.
Now there's a catch. It lasts until your first short or long rest. But if you take a short rest first, you suffer a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
And you will continue to gain additional points of exhaustion for each short rest you take before your next long rest. Only a long rest can cure those points of exhaustion.
Okay.
Knowing this, does anyone else want to get a cup of coffee?
I mean, in character, Arlo's coming down to the mess hall with Saith, still asking his barrage of questions about the cat. And he kind of stops when he sees Orlo, and he's like, "Orlo, help me out on this one. How would a cat get in here? Explain to me if you woke up there's a cat, how a cat would get in there."
Well, someone could have brought it in, but as far as wandering in, that's quite literally impossible.
Okay, so I'm not being crazy when we wake up and then there's a cat, and then Saith's just the cat.
Well, Saith, did you bring the cat in?
He's always been here.
He has definitely not always been here.
I have to admit, I don't remember you owning a cat until recently. Or ever, honestly.
She didn't. She's lying. Her head is filthy with lies.
Is it?
Sorry, lost my cool there a bit. It's getting frustrating. Haven't had a breakfast yet.
Fully
Y'all got pancakes? Got some flapjacks?
Oh, of course. And he just whips up a fat stack of cakes.
Hell yeah. Orlo, you're the man. He goes for a high five.
Orlo definitely meets you. It hurts a bit.
Arlo shakes his hand a little bit, but tries to hide that it hurt.
What about Wintera? Does Wintera now want a cup of coffee?
Not coffee, but you know how in videos of nature documentaries, when bears are looking for food, they have that stalking look?
Have you been stalking the cafeteria every time you came in here for a meal?
She just has that walk. She kind of walks in and has a lumbering give me food look. And it's always how she is whenever she's really hungry, especially first thing in the morning. And so she walks in and she is I would like a fish, please.
Of course. And he prepares you a Nova Lox Extra Lox.
She scarfs it down and while she's eating she's like, "Oh, yeah, thank you."
Of course. Always a pleasure to see you enjoy my food.
So, as you guys are enjoying your meal, and as Arlo continues to berate Saith with questions, you guys hear an announcement over the intercom.
Will the agents please report to my office for debriefing?
And cuts off.
Sighs heavily.
Arlo, like, Scooby-Doo style, like, takes a stack of pancakes and then just, like, shoves them in his mouth.
I'm just gonna, like, put a whole apple in my mouth.
You guys have... Can y'all
You're not gonna
dislocate
run
your
off with,
fucking
like, a piece
jaws?
of toast in your mouth so you can have your meat cute, you anime character?
Yes.
She runs down the hall with the apple still in her mouth.
A dry piece of toast.
No, you said apple. You get to do anime, but wrong.
Anime gone wrong. I love it.
Alright, so you guys head on over to Ryan's office, and as you go in there, you actually see that there is some other people in there with her. Specifically, Team Second Chance, who you met upon your return the first time, or the last time, I suppose. Just as a reminder, they consist of Raylan, a silver dragonborn, Forngull, a shifter, and albino tiefling that refers to himself as Seven. And Ryan sees you all come and is like, yes, please, have a seat.
Arlo takes his seat and kind of, like, tips his hat.
When Tara sits down and, like, does it, like, very quickly, afraid that she's about to get yelled at again.
The fear effect
Yeah.
is long since worn off.
No, but she remembers.
Where?
Aww.
She's not actually, like, afraid, but in the back of her mind, that's a possibility, so she wants to prevent it from happening.
Oh,
Oh, I feel bad now.
poor baby.
So you all sit down, and she says, "So, I trust that your supplementary training has been going well, yes?"
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent.
That has been going quite well.
Well, you'll have an excellent opportunity to put your skills to the test. For now, I actually have a rather unusual job for you, very much different from the last one. Tell me, are any of you familiar with the town of Silverymoon? Everyone roll me a history check on that one. When Tara, you get advantage.
12.
Okay?
14 and a 3, so 14.
So, like, with a 12, like, Arlo's just like, Silverymoon, that's that there one town with the what you call it? That's all he can add to the situation.
It's I got a 15.
Okay, so Arlo, as you stated, you pretend to know what it is, but you're not familiar with Silverymoon. It's not near any place you've ever been. Wintera, it sounds vaguely familiar to you, but you can't quite place it. Like, it sounds like a place that you've heard of, but you just... Like, it's on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't place it. Saith, you have heard of Silverymoon. You don't know too much about it, though. All you know is that it is a forested or a more open-in-nature type village that has a strong emphasis on magic and supposedly has ties with the Feywild.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Exciting.
That's out of character. That in character, Arlo's fine. That out of character. Fuck.
Well, in character, Arlo doesn't know that yet.
You know when someone's like kind of like trying to remember something and they're like looking kind of up near the ceiling and they're like looking back and forth and kind of have like a look of like inquisitivity on their faces? That's like what Tara's doing. She's like, I feel like I've heard of that place before.
That's where the Fae live, isn't it?
Not quite. The place has ties with the Feywild, supposedly. It's a very magically oriented place. Wintera, I think I know why you may be so unsure of why you've heard of it. If I am correct, I believe it's actually near your home forest. And as she says that, it suddenly clicks. That's actually the town.
Tara snaps, yeah.
She snaps and goes crazy,
like, "Oh,
kills
that's
everyone. But yes, you actually are familiar with Silverymoon because it is just north of your home, the Midnight Woods. A place that you have definitely heard tales of supposedly on certain nights that there's portals that lead to the Feywild, but as far as you know, they're just stories. You've never actually seen one. But you have actually had some people from Silverymoon come by to gather supplies. Just things for, like, material components for spells, things for crafting artifacts, things of that nature. So you are familiar with the place, and after you heard that, it does kind of... You do remember. It's a nice place. You've heard good things.
Yeah, she snaps. She's like, oh yeah, that's right. I have heard of that place. That's why. Okay.
Well, I'm going to be sending you all there for your next mission. You see, this one is a little unorthodox and outside of our normal jurisdiction. The current, or I suppose I should say former, mayor of Silverymoon, Illustrious Silverhand, an extremely powerful wizard, has passed away recently.
He sounds quite illustrious.
Yes, well, she has been with the town for quite some time, several centuries. She passed away of old age recently, very peacefully from my understanding. However, that has left the town with a bit of a predicament. They currently find themselves without a leader. So, they decided to do the logical course of action. Hold an election. Now, as I said, normally this is outside of our jurisdiction. We're not allowed to involve ourselves in local politics, or politics in any form, really, unless it has any direct correlation with a potential cataclysm. And, as has come up in recent development, this might just be such an instance. There are currently 3 forerunners in this mayoral election. 2 of them do not present an issue. The first of those is Nivara Yeldrin. She was Miss Illustrial's former apprentice. She herself tries to hold on to the ancient traditions of their village, and does hold those traditions in very high regard. The other one is a young gnome by the name of Sibo Lefri. He is the head of a group there known as the Magical Improvement of Quality of Life. He is more focused on moving forward using magic. He thinks that focusing on tradition can be more of a hindrance than a help. So as you can imagine, the two are very much polar opposites. But, as I said, those two by themselves are not a problem. The problem is the third candidate, Granifor. Granifor believes in equality amongst all races. And now I do not mean that to say that I disagree, or even that I have an issue with such a concept. However, when I say all races, I even mean the more monstrous ones. So not just the gathering that we have here as an example, but throw in orcs, ogres, trolls, things of that nature. It can be a bit extreme, and the most concerning part is that a beholder has decided to take part in an election.
Oh, okay. For a second there, I was kind of like, well, I mean, maybe we should hear the guy out, and then the beholder. The beholder part is concerning.
Yes, that was my exact inclination. As I'm sure you all know, beholders are not normally social creatures, so the fact that this one has decided to attempt the good nature and graces of Silverymoon in order to become their elected representative is concerning. What's more concerning is he's gaining headway.
Headway, because he's ahead.
Please try and stay focused, Doctor. Now, as I'm sure you can imagine, it is not exactly within our or the world's best interest to have such a deadly creature simply mingling around unattended. So, here is what your assignment is. You and Second Chance are to both go to the town of Silverymoon and conduct an investigation on the nature of Granifor. And you should find out whether or not he has ill intentions planned, and whether this mayoral candidacy has anything else in the works. Whether it's just a cover for something else, who knows. That is what I need you two to figure out.
What's our directive if he is, or if he has bad intentions?
You are to report back to me immediately, and we will figure things out from there. However, you are under no circumstances to do anything that would compromise the nature of this election. As I said, we are not allowed to interfere with politics. While this might be a problem, it could also simply be us sticking our noses in where it doesn't belong, and that is a level of bad press we simply cannot afford. So, try to do this carefully.
Would it be then beneficial for us to not identify ourselves as agents while we're there? Kind of an undercover type dealio?
It shouldn't be an issue if you identify yourselves as agents, as long as you do so under the guise of what this is, an investigation. Nothing more, nothing less. Do not do anything to provoke him. Do not do anything that might cause some form of calamity or large-scale disaster to unfold. Simply find out what his intentions are, if he truly does mean well, and report back.
We gotta make sure this beholder is beholden to the law.
Oh my god, Arlo, please.
Yep, I just said that. I regret nothing.
And I regret so much.
Arlo just gives her a wink and some finger guns.
There is one other problem. The final count of the election is in 7 days. So you have until then to figure this out. That's why I'm sending both of you. Do you have any questions for me?
I think we covered our bases pretty well. Anyone else have anything that they wanted to throw in there? What about you second chance guys? You guys got any questions?
Almost said it wrong. Raylan is the first one to chime in. Says, we've actually already been briefed on this. We fully understand the situation. Well, if everyone understands everything, then head on over to any of the shops that you might need in order to prepare yourselves, and then rendezvous with ODOT and head out to Silverymoon as quickly as possible. You're all dismissed. So you all head out, but before you all make it, she actually calls out real quick, Doctor, a moment please.
Yes, boss lady?
You come back in, everyone else has left, so it is just the two of you in there.
Oh my, teacher
Shut
holding Arlo after class. Whatever will happen?
Oh god, stop.
Please.
Never.
Doctor, I understand that after the events of your first mission, that we needed to have a bit of a discussion as to the nature of how both of us handled ourselves. However, despite all of that, there are a few things I do need to clarify. The actions that you all displayed while in Neverwinter are still a poor showing of what is expected of those with the agency. I understand that we have since we have worked past that now. You all have your training, you understand what is expected of you. You understand the severity of this particular situation should things go awry or it not be handled correctly. Yes?
Yeah, I understand fully.
Good. The only thing that concerns me is that there are times when tensions can get high. In situations like this, it is not uncommon for people to lose their cool and to find themselves reacting sheerly on instinct.
Like with that damn cat.
I was wondering about that. When did she get a cat?
See, I'm asking the same question. She keeps insisting it was like always here. It very clearly wasn't. She's ducking the issue. It bugs me. It bugs me to no end.
I'll speak with her on that one after you all return. This is slightly more urgent than her taking of a pet. However, as I was saying, when people lose themselves to their emotions and their basic instincts. They need someone who can pull in the reins and guide them back. And I believe as far as the agents are concerned, you are that person.
Arlo takes his hat off and like holds it in his hands like over his chest, and he's like, "Ma'am, are you saying what I think you're saying?"
Dr. Arlo Aegon, I am hereby officially naming you the captain of the team known as the Agents of Damned.
Arlo looks very serious, and he's like, "I'm absolutely honored for the opportunity, and I promise I won't let you down." But while he's been saying this very heartfelt thing the whole time, his involuntarily his fist has been doing like that hell yeah fist pump thing.
Do you know why I have chosen you above your peers?
Process of elimination.
In a manner of speaking, I suppose. You remember the letter I received from Barden, yes?
It does ring a bell.
Well, in that letter he had very few good things to say about any of you. The closest he ever got to that was more passiveness and disregard towards Wintera, who he claimed did more not bad as opposed to good. However, that letter was sent out prior to you all escorting the shipment. I have been in contact with him since then, trying to persuade him that our agency is still necessary and that we should still be permitted within city limits. And since then, I've learned a few things. One such thing was your reaction to Milo's incident with the explosion. While you were not the first to react, you were the first to take appropriate action. You leapt into play and saw to it that he was tended to. Not only that, but shortly afterwards you went to ensure that Barden himself was fine, all while bearing your mission in mind. And while that is all certainly commendable, the one thing that I think surprised me the most was when you came back to me and apologized for your actions during your debriefing. You made your opinions known, and they were heard. However, for someone to lash out as you did, but still be able to take a step back and realize the big picture, that to me, with everything else, tells me that you, more than Saith, more than Wintera, have a compassion for others and an understanding on what needs to be done. That initiative, that care for others, makes some of the finest qualities I've ever seen for a leader. Now know this, while I am making you the leader of the agents, that does not mean you can boss them around and tell them what to do. They are still your equals. You are merely there to guide them and ensure that everything is done as it is needed to be. You are their guiding light, ensuring that everything is handled correctly. Can I trust you with this?
I swear to Bahamut Almighty that I will not let you down.
That's good to hear. After all, my trust is not easily earned, but it is easily lost. Ensure that I do not regret this decision, Doctor. And may Bahamut guide your way. Arlo exits the office with Ryan and rejoins with Wintera and Saith. Second Chance has already gone off. They said they were going to take care of their shopping and preparations independently, and they would meet up with you guys in the dispatch room with Odart. So for the time being, it is just you three. Was there any shopping or stuff that you guys needed to get done?
We for sure need to stop by what have you, armory and such.
Alright. So then you guys head on over to the armory with Alar, Morgren, and Nisa. As per usual, they are all kind of working there and just sort of absent-mindedly at their tasks, not really noticing you guys.
Knock, knock.
Alar was like, "Oh, hello, love."
Hey there, Alar. How's it hanging?
Oh, much better now.
I don't know what that would mean, and I'm afraid to ask.
He winks.
Oh, that was a boner
I
joke.
feel uncomfortable.
Oh, don't worry. It's just me and Arlo having a little bit of fun. Oh, though, say, dear, I do actually have that thing that we spoke about earlier. And he kind of like reaches under his workstation area and pulls out a small black mask.
Oh, it's perfect. I appreciate you for not over-glamming it up.
Yeah, despite Alar's normal tendency on these things, this is actually just a plain black mask that only covers the lower part of the face. So, like, your nose and eyes and all that stuff is still fully visible. It just covers the mouth. Well, I know you're not a fan of my usual decorum and standards, and also, as a stealthy person yourself, I imagine you would like to keep the gaudiness, as you so distastefully put it, to a minimum.
Yes, absolutely. That, and I'm trying to, garner less attention on myself. This big ol' smile doesn't really do that.
It is a little... not subtle?
Yeah,
It is also deeply unsettling.
which is what
I was trying not to say that,
what
but yes.
this is for. Now I can hide in plain sight.
You guys actually hear Morgren speak over from the floor. Like, I don't know, I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Thank you, Morgan.
You got a little eggy.
Although, with
Oh, by the way, Arlo.
your name, which is Morgren, I can see why you wouldn't mind it.
Ha! That's a good one. I like that.
See, this guy gets it. Everyone knows that puns are the highest form of comedy.
Absolutely. That is what Morgren Silveraxe, and definitely not the person voicing him, believe. Fourth wall jokes aside, Arlo, I also got that thing that the director told me to get set up for you. Think fast! And he reaches under his forge and tosses you a set of nunchucks.
Arlo kind of fumbles it.
What'd you get?
7.
I'll say with a 7 what actually happens is you manage to catch one half of it, but you forget it's attached to a chain and the other half smacks you in the head.
Ha.
Ah, bitch! I mean, thanks. Sorry.
Hey, use whatever fucking language you want, I don't care. Aylar just grunts, please stop. So, is there anything we can help you with aside from the, pickup?
I noticed you have a cloak of elven kind.
Ah, yes. Were you by chance interested in that?
I am, very.
Well, for one cloak of elven kind, that will net you 150 gold.
No problem.
Alright, you have yourself a cloak of elven kind. Real quick for the people at home, so they know what this wonderful little thing is about. While you wear this cloak with its hood up, wisdom or perception checks made to see you have disadvantage, and you have advantage on all dexterity stealth checks made to hide, as the cloak's color shifts to camouflage you, and then pulling the hood up or down requires an action.
Basically, I'll be sneaky.
What do you want what's the default color on the robe when you put it, or the cloak when you put it on? Because I imagine it would, like, attune to you.
Green.
Like a dark green or like a leafy green?
Do you remember that picture that I posted in Steam? Not Steam. I don't know why I said Steam.
Oh yes, when you posted to your
Yeah,
Steam.
I posted it to my
Steam.
Steam. I have been mowing the lawn since like 6 a.m.
We
Give
made
me
a
a break.
video game, and it's a picture of Safe.
No, I posted.
We made a game that is just a picture of Safe.
Yes, I posted a picture of Saith wearing the cloak in Discord.
Oh, is that what that was? I thought that was just you just having fun.
No, I mean
Okay.
it was me just having fun, but she's wearing the cloak in it.
Okay, so it's more of a dark green then. Okay. Alright, anyone else got anything?
In game is everything that's available just like on like a menu kind of thing, or is this kind of stuff that we just find out about?
Well, you guys have been there for at least a month now, and I imagine you guys have, like, gone back and forth between the various places, some probably more than others, just, so you have an idea on what they have, and if you want to flavor it as such, you can, like, say you requested something, like how Saith requested the mask, and how Arlo had the nunchucks requested for him since he is now Ryan's pupil.
Okay. So Tara is going to go up and I forget who it is that she would need to talk to about this, but she's going to request a shield.
That would be Morgren.
Okay, so she goes up to Morgren. She's like, hey, so I have a cool idea, and I need a shield for it, but I was hoping to have it be a sentinel shield.
Ah, you want one of them? Alrighty, I think we can work with that.
And would Morgren also handle enchanting any kind of other magic weapons, or is that someone else?
Well, technically that would be, Nisa, but since they are a husband-wife combo, Sentinel shields are something that he would just innately have.
Well, this is for something else that she wants to do as well.
Oh, okay, so you want to further enchant the Sentinel shield?
No, not the sentinel shield, but the scimitar that she carries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you want a Sentinel shield and to enchant your scimitar.
Yes, please.
Okay, I gotcha.
I would like to make an annoying weapon of warning. Hey, listen, hey, there's something there, hey!
Oh my actual god.
Or, and here's another idea,
Oh, no.
It could just randomly put in pop references like Hamilton with Washington, where he goes, I want to give you a word of warning, it just like randomly in the middle of the night starts singing at us.
Oh my god.
While I like that idea, that would require me to be a lot more in tune with pop culture references to be able to do that. So I like the idea, but my own limitations force me to say no on that particular flavor.
Any kind of flavor, that was just my idea as far as how a weapon of warning would work.
I think I have an idea on what I want to do for that. I'll leave that a surprise for later, though.
Wait, a weapon of warning that just sounds like Christopher Walken. It's like, hey, you might want to watch out around this corner here. There's a...
Or it just screams. So in the middle of the night, everyone's woken up and just, ah!
Your melee attack!
sort of just goes...
It needs more cowbell!
Oh my god. So the Sentinel shield itself is 500, which Morgren explains. It's very crass, just trust me on that one. I don't feel like doing his voice, it hurts my throat. So for Sentinel shield, 500, and then Weapon of Warning, 150 gold is how I have that set.
Yep.
Okay, so just so everyone at home can know what these things are, the Sentinel shield, while holding the shield, you have advantage on initiative rolls and perception checks, and it is emblazoned with the symbol of an eye, and then the Weapon of Warning, in this case for a scimitar, while the weapon is on your person, you have advantage on initiative. You have two things with advantage on. I have to think about how much I want to do that one.
The initiative part isn't what I was more, like, wanting to double up on either, so it's fine if it's just regular advantage. I was actually I saw that it gives warning, and I immediately thought of, like, the funny ways it could possibly give us warning.
Hey!
Fair enough.
Listen!
Which that one is, in addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. The weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping naturally when combat begins. So I can't sneak up on you guys now while you're camping.
Ha!
Yay!
Darn.
Eat a dick, Jordan.
Suck
Now I
it.
gotta throw out my all of my session notes because that was literally what I was going to do. Just all of that.
Just gone completely.
just fuck you the camping trip.
Womp 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 womp. Hey, by the way, can I also
Isn't every camping trip fuck you the camping trip?
Yes, but
can I also get the gloves of thievery and the boots of elvenkind?
that would be another 450 gold. Please keep track of your money. I obviously do not have the means to keep track of all that.
I'm doing it, no worries.
Good. I am trusting you guys not to be abusive on this.
No promises.
Boots of elven kind. While you wear these boots, your steps make no sound, regardless of the surface you are moving across. You also have advantage on dexterity stealth checks when that rely on moving stealthily.
Yep.
So really just doubling down on that stealth. So I'm really not gonna be able to do a whole lot. I'm gonna have to readjust a couple things for some other stuff. No, because now, one of the boons you could have gotten from your, cat pact was advantage on stealth rolls.
Ha. Yeah.
So that is now worthless.
advantage.
All right, so first of all, let me just say, looking at my now level 5 character sheet, my advantage in stealth checks is +9.
Oh, yeah, no, if you ever get caught, it's because you've, fucked up horribly,
Yeah,
or the other person has the eyes of a god.
I will have to roll, a critical failure in order for somebody to notice me at this point, because now I have the Cloak of Elvenkind, which gives me advantage. I have the Boots of Elvenkind, which give me advantage. And now I have, the +9 for level 5, so I'm just sneaky.
I would also like to remind you guys at this point something that didn't really come up in the first arc of this little campaign, but it is something I'm going to be a little bit more attentive to going forward. I didn't care as much the first time because none of the instances it came up was that important. The only time Nat 1s and Nat 20s matter are for attack rolls. Otherwise, you still add your skill modifiers, so a Nat 20 is not a guaranteed success, and a Nat 1 is not a guaranteed failure for things like skill checks.
Okay, that makes sense.
But as for the gloves of thievery, these gloves are invisible while worn, and while wearing them, you...
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Nice.
While wearing them, you gain a +5 bonus to any dexterity for sleight of hand checks and dexterity checks made to pick locks. I will also just go ahead and make an executive ruling that because of how it works, that +5 will also go towards any time you decide to use the Dagger of Thieves.
Ayy.
Hell yeah.
You are the thieviest thief to ever thief.
Oh my god, we're gonna have so many stolen goods.
You better pray to God no one has good perception in this.
We're gonna effectively become like a fucking, cartel for selling fenced items.
You guys work for the government, please don't.
Does anybody need this stolen government weapon?
Is there anything else you guys need, please?
I wanted to get a cloak of protection and a bag of holding from here.
Oh.
And I also wanted to
Right.
upgrade my hammer, but we'll handle that after the first two.
Well, if you're gonna get a bag of
the,
holding, we probably only need one.
You guys can handle that one later because the bag of holding is going to be at the general store.
Oh,
not
fair
here.
Ah, alright.
So we'll save
handle the
that
bag
for
of holding later.
we'll save that for my favorite stop. But yeah, a cloak of protection would be something you would need to get from Alar, and that would net you 100 gold.
Alright, done and done.
All right.
Alar, always a pleasure doing business with you.
Agreed.
And I wanted to enchant my hammer.
All right. So you go up to Nisa. Oh, what were you thinking?
So I take out the hammer and like, oh, I just wanted to get this basic enchantment on this, just make it into a +1. And I'm gonna give you the hammer, and you'll pay the money, and then you can enchant it. And he holds the hammer out with both hands.
Oh wow, this is very excellently made. Is this dwarvish?
It is actually. It was we'll call it a hand-me-down.
Oh, I will be sure to take exceptionally good care of this. And so she, with all the care in the world, takes the hammer.
I think like when she like grabs it, like there's like a moment where she grabs it, and like Arlo straight up doesn't let go of it,
Oh.
and it's like I just and like he like one finger at a time lets go. Like okay, it's fine, and it will be fine.
It's okay, dear. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. Probably since before you were even born.
Rolls a critical fail.
Fuck no.
She trips and it shatters like glass.
Oh no.
As does Arlo's heart.
Believe it or not, I don't have them roll skill checks to do this shit. It's just what they do. Motherfucker. No. That'd be awful.
I do think that like Arlo is literally like watching her like enchant the hammer. Like if you've ever seen a teenager who's had their phone taken away but can visibly see it.
I could have drawn several parallels to that one, but thank you for the most dad one you could have given us.
Oh, I got that dad energy now.
Alright, yes, that one's gonna be 500 gold for you to get a +1 hammer.
Lazy.
Alright, so that's everything you guys needed out of the armory?
Mhm.
Alright, well, since your next stop involves a bag of holding, you know where it's time to go.
I think they take a second to like shore themselves up and it's like, alright guys, so we want to get that bag of holding and I also need to get some HP potions just in case, so we have to go see Rick.
They're not as bad as we originally thought. Trust me.
Oh yeah, you and Rick have been hanging out. How is he and that?
Pretty good, I guess. Surviving, thriving.
Like, I've been meaning to ask you, like, have you been okay?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're the ones that taught me to hide in plain sight, she says as she's putting the mask over her glaring smile.
They're like little Rick is helping too?
Yeah, actually, you would be surprised, but he's actually pretty good at fighting. I've never been knocked down by a bird before.
They can certainly be very stealthy.
Faith wants to try to sneak into the store without him noticing her. I'm gonna put up the hood.
Ooh, alright. Roll me a stealth check.
With advantage, bitches! 27.
God damn.
I have a feeling I'm kind of wasting my time, but I do need to see how...
Jordan, get ready for a lot of this shit. This is your life now.
I'm aware. I just need to see if Slavenly can somehow, some way notice this. Oh, actually, he's actually got pretty decent perception. Actually, who am I kidding? Even if I roll a fucking nat 20, based on my own rules, he can't see you.
Ha.
So is Saith the only one going in there right now, or is everyone else following too?
Okay, wait. Before they do that, I want to sneak up and scare little Rick.
Oh.
That's adorable.
Oh, you're doing it to Little Rick. Oh, then hold on. I need to see what his perception is.
Okay, but so I would do it to Big Rick, but Big Rick is a big blob hanging around in the ceiling, and I figured Little Rick would probably be an easier target.
To be fair, it's not like either one of them can, like, really know. Oh, shit. No, he actually has, like, baller-ass perception. Hold on.
Get it, Little Rick!
God. Holy shit. Okay. So, you initially do not see Little Rick there. However, you've also been in the shop enough times and seen their little spiel often enough to know that Little Rick always hides behind the counter. You see Rick Slavenly in there, and as of right now, Rick Slavenly has not started his greeting.
Which means he hasn't seen me yet.
Rick Slavenly has not. How do you approach? Also, I will just go ahead and say, as you see Rick Slavenly there, he is just standing, like, unnervingly still.
Well, he's a dead body.
Technically speaking, he's just the projection of a dead body, but yeah, no, he's just, like, basically a mannequin.
I'm just gonna, like, tiptoe through the window, by the window. Sorry. Yeah, she's just gonna, like, she's wearing those new boots, you know, so she's got no sound going on. She's just gonna tiptoe up to the counter and, keep low, keep her head down, put up, and try to sneak behind it.
Alright, you work your way around, and you see little Rick playing with a deck of cards. He has not noticed you.
Ooh.
I'm gonna scare him.
Alright, you sneak up behind him, and how do you scare him?
I'm just gonna go, hi, little Rick!
Both he and Rick Slavenly almost simultaneously just go, whoa! And little Rick jumps up real high, like you spooked him. I'm debating giving him psychic damage.
Does he like grab onto the ceiling like a cat? Like a cartoon cat.
He grabs onto like a nearby shelf full of like vials and various other things, and he's just like catching his breath, and he just looks over, and he sees you, and says, "Very good!
I guess our training went pretty well.
Indeed!" And
She's
then Rick Slavely chimes in with, "What the hell is going on?"
Hi, Rick. I learned how to hide in plain sight.
I'll say you have to do a little more than that. I mean, good job, but Lord Almighty, if I had a heart, I don't think you'd be ticking right now.
Worth it.
Have Arlo and Rentera since entered?
I think so.
I think we entered like after we heard like the screams and stuff.
Right.
Oh, so then you heard his comment about not having a heart.
Wait, Rick, do you not have a heart?
Oh my god! What is with you people today? Also, no, of course I don't. Why would I?
What?
Oh, I
What?
never told
I'm
them.
confused.
Wait, I didn't tell you guys it. Well, actually, I guess that makes sense.
Tell us what?
I am confused.
Take a step back for me, please. As you guys step back, as was safe, you see this large red mass drop from the ceiling and land in front of you two. This thing is roughly the size of both of you. Like, if you had not stepped back, it would have engulfed you both. And then you hear Rick Slavenly say, "Wintera, Arlo, meet me. Me, Arlo, and Wintera." Little joke I have, I tease.
Yeah, I think Arlo like reacts similarly in that like his initial reaction was like, ah, what the fuck? Oh, okay. Okay, we're good.
So Wintera, even though she was expecting something, like innately lets out like a low growl and then has to stop herself. Like, oh no, it's fine.
So, say you knew that Rick was and I'm gonna do a little inspection here. I'm gonna say you're an Ublex, Rick.
Why, yes. Wow, I'm impressed that you knew that.
Medical knowledge, son. But say you gotta let us know at any point.
It didn't seem like relevant information.
All right, sure, safe.
So, can we help you guys, or did you just want to have fun with little Rick?
Uh-huh.
Well, there is that. But yes, we did come here to shop around.
Oh, excellent. Whose wares did you need to partake in?
Arlo?
And so Arlo kind of comes in and he's like, well, I wanted to I heard you guys had a bag of holding here, and I also needed a couple of just some standard health potions, probably about 4 of them.
Ah, excellent. And you see little Rick also, like, he doesn't immediately jump down, he kind of like scurries up the shelf a little bit that he's on, reaches, like, deep in there, grabs something, and then jumps back down, and he is in fact holding a bag of holding.
Oh, so this is one of them their bag of holding. I've always heard about one of these things, but I've never seen one in person. Here, this thing can hold damn near anything, can it?
Yes! That'll be 200 gold!
Here you are, my good man.
Alright, he gives you that. Now I feel like this is sort of just beating a dead horse here, but we've been doing it for all the other stuff, so I would be remiss not to read the specifics of the bag of holding, because there is some dumb shenanigans y'all can do with it. This bag has an interior space considerably larger than its outside dimensions, roughly 2 feet in diameter at the mouth and 4 feet deep. The bag can hold up to 500 pounds, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet. The bag weighs 15 pounds, regardless of its contents. Retrieving an item from the bag requires an action. If the bag is overloaded, pierced, or torn, it ruptures and is destroyed, and its contents are scattered in the astral plane. If the bag is turned inside out, its contents spill forth unharmed, but the bag must be put right before it can be used again. Breathing creatures inside the bag can survive for a number of minutes equal to 10 divided by the number of creatures, minimum 1 minute, after which they begin to suffocate.
Jordan.
Yes?
Do oozes breathe?
No.
I'm gonna put a pin in that for a later idea, but
I'm super uncomfortable with it, but okay.
No, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Real quick, Andrew, while Rick Slavenly is procuring you said 4 potions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, while you do that, roll me a quick perception check.
14.
You notice that there is a small tag on the bottom of the bag of holding that has a set of initials on it.
What are the initials?
It's W and S.
Alright, so I noticed the W and S at the bottom of the bag.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and I guess I'll like ask Rick, like, oh hey, what's with the whole monogram thing over here at the bottom of the bag?
He shrugs his shoulders and dips back behind the counter. At this point, Rick Slavenly comes back and says, "Here's your 4 potions. That'll be 200 gold."
I'll pay that to you gladly, my friend. Hey, quick question about this bag. There's initials on it? What's up with that?
Oh, I have honestly no idea. Little Rick is his own supplier, and honestly, I have no idea where he gets these things. But it's good for business.
Huh. Well, I'm gonna stop asking questions when I come here.
Wintera, actually, real quick, since you are the one holding it, would you like to roll a quick perception check on the alchemy jug you guys never used?
Oh god.
There are also initials on the bottom of the jug.
Interesting.
That read MS.
That could be an interesting thought for what the item I was about to ask for.
Okay, good. What did you want to buy?
The periapt of wound closure.
Oh, okay.
And the ring of mind shielding.
Ooh, very cool. Okay, while you wear this pendant, you stabilize whenever you are dying at the start of your turn. In addition, whenever you roll a hit die to regain hit points, double the number of hit points it restores. And that's for the periapt of wound closure, the ring of mind shielding. While wearing this ring, you are immune to magic that allows others to read your thoughts, determine whether you are lying, know your alignment, or know your creature type. Creatures can telepathically communicate with you only if you allow it. You can use an action to cause the ring to become invisible until you use another action to make it visible, until you remove the ring, or until you die. If you die while wearing the ring, your soul enters it, unless it already houses a soul.
Yep, that's what I was concerned about.
You can remain in the ring or depart for the afterlife. As long as your soul is in the ring, you can telepathically communicate with any creature wearing it. A wearer can't prevent this telepathic communication.
Yep, so when I put it on, do I hear a ghost? Do we have a new ghost friend?
have you paid for it first? Because those things aren't just free.
No, I know, I do.
Alright, so you give him the 700 gold for it, and as you put on the ring... Who is this? Where's the word?
Okay, uh-huh, mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Oh
I have a ghost. What? Wait, why is there... who am I hearing? Who are you?
Oh, yes, I am! Give me a minute to think of a name because I had not anticipated this. As per usual, you fuckers have caught me off guard. Oh, shit, I know exactly who I want to use for this one. Okay. My name is... Great warrior. I'm not going to lie, I'm having a hard time remembering a lot of things. Who are you? Why can't I feel my voice?
So this is telepathically, right? So
This is telepathically.
that I'm communicating.
Are you speaking out loud?
No, she's doing telepathically. She's thinking.
Okay.
I think she'll probably be able to feel the difference.
So you're just staring off into the void after you've put on this ring.
Yeah, basically, like making like weird faces every so often. But she responds back to the guy. She's like, "Well, my name is Tara. I started hearing you after I put on this ring. Well, it's a ring of mind shielding.
Purple gem.
She looks down.
It does have
Yeah?
a purple. It has a purple gem.
Yeah, that one.
That's my ring. Why are you wearing my ring?
Oh, I just bought it at a store. I don't think he. Can I roll insight to see if she would know if he's dead?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 11.
You assume it's some sort of a spirit attached to the ring, and just given the context of how this guy is talking, it would not be a major leap in logic to assume it's a departed spirit.
So she responds back then. She goes, I don't think you have a physical body anymore. I think that your spirit is in the ring. That would be my best guess.
And you just hear sobbing from inside the ring before it kind of just fades away.
Lintera, are you okay
Tara-
over there?
Tara just kind of like looks down at the ring and then like kind of like puts her hands on her head, and she's just like, we have a new friend traveling with us, I think. I can't get rid of him. Why is he in the ring?
I'm sorry, he's in the what?
I put the ring on, and now there's a guy who I can hear, and I couldn't hear him before, so that's not normal.
I think they call that schizophrenia.
That I don't know about that, but I know that I didn't hear this guy before, and I think he's a dead guy. So I think he's trapped in the ring.
Now, when Tara, are you sure this voice only started when you put the ring on, or have you heard the voice before, and has the voice told you to do anything, or hurt any people, or what's going on? Talk to me, buddy.
She snorts at you, and she goes, no, I just told you I didn't hear voices before, this is new.
Alright, I gotta check.
Just making sure. No need to get testy. Meanwhile, Safe puts a stone of good luck, a bag of dust of sneezing and choking, and a ring of featherfall on the counter.
I'm just gonna toss this one out there real fast. Your cat does that.
Never mind.
So, you don't need the ring unless you're just feeling charitable towards one of your more gravity-prone allies.
A bag of dust of sneezing and choking.
Okay.
and a stone of good luck.
Okay. So, the dust of sneezing and choking. Found in a small container, this powder resembles very fine sand. It appears to be dust of disappearance, and an identify spell reveals it to be such. There is enough of it for one use. When you use an action to throw a handful of the dust into the air, and each creature that needs to breathe within 30 feet of you must succeed on a DC 15 con saving throw, or become unable to breathe while sneezing uncontrollably. A creature affected in this way is incapacitated and suffocating. As long as it is conscious, a creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of its turns, ending the effect on a success. The Lesser Restoration spell can also end the effect on a creature. And then the Stone of Good Luck. This polished agate is on your person. You gain a +1 bonus to ability checks and saving throws.
We take a second to appreciate that Saith essentially now has pocket sand.
Oh no,
Pocket
that's
sand.
fully what that shit is.
I'm excited to use said pocket sand.
I imagine you guys are excited to use a lot of this stuff. Is that everything you guys wanted to buy?
Yes, I'm good.
Alright, so as you guys head out, the usual exit, safe at least for you, you are intimately familiar with this. Have a nice day, and don't forget to come back to Rick Slavenly's Corporeal Uses! So, at this point you guys have the option to either go to the Grand Archives and try and find out some information about Silverymoon, beholders, what have you, or you can just make your way over to the departure area and head on out to Silverymoon.
I think some research would probably be a good idea, especially to try to, increase anything we might know about beholders if we don't know. I mean, I know Arlo knows a decent amount from previous conversation, or at least what they are, but
I don't know how much Arlo knows, intimately about beholders. I think it was out of character knowledge that I was saying to give Katie an idea of it.
Each of you go ahead and just give me an intelligence check, and we'll just see how much each of you is familiar with beholders.
21.
Jesus fuck.
Oh damn, that's a 19, homie.
17.
Yeah, y'all know about beholders.
Okay.
Which, if any of you guys do not know about beholders IRL, I'll just go ahead and say that what you guys would know is that beholders are not social creatures. They are extremely vain, believing themselves to be the top of just the evolutionary pyramid. They are the apex creature, and anything else is insignificant dust compared to them. They also have extremely unstable mindsets, and sometimes can even develop split personalities and even, actual separate bodies for said split personalities. On top of that, you also know that they have several I-beams that range from stunning to petrification to straight up disintegration. But one of their more deadly ones is actually their anti-magic ray, which comes out of their main eye, and anything looking within that, all magical effects are immediately negated.
Oof.
That includes all the magic items y'all bought.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So-
balls.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that one.
Oh, yeah, no, it is complete anti-magic. It negates all magic. However, that also includes its various death rays. So it is arguably a safe place to be, just not if you want to cast spells, because the thing can still, bite at you.
So basically what you're saying is we don't want to fight this thing at all costs.
Oh, super not.
Oh no, not even a little bit, no.
So, is there anything, again, do you guys still want to go down to the archives, look up anything else, or are you guys good with your knowledge of beholders?
I feel pretty confident.
So, you guys head on over to the dispatch area where Second Chance is there waiting for you, along with Odart, who comes up to greet you guys. Oh, hey, guys! You guys ready to head on out and take care of this crazy beholder shit?
Always!
Fuck yeah!
Ready as we can be, buddy. Ready as we can be.
Alright, well, you guys can all go ahead and step onto that circle right there, and I'll send you off!
Oh, Odart, I've been meaning to ask you, how did the clarinet recital go?
I've told you to stop patronizing me about that.
What? I thought you were good.
I don't play the fucking clarinet, you piece of shit. Get on the teleportation circle before I send you somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I mean, could have yes-anded me a little bit, whatever. Get on the circle.
Alright, so you all step onto the teleportation circle, and a bright light envelops you all, and you are whisked away to the town of Silverymoon. When you arrive there, you see that the town is fairly forested. It's not like it's definitely not like Neverwinter. It's maybe about as far removed from Neverwinter as you can get. There are trees abound, everything is made of primitive stone and woodworking things, but still made well. There is just all manner of wildlife around, there's various animals and things, and you can definitely see that there's a lot of creatures that have more close ties to the Fae around. There's a lot of elves, a lot of gnomes, things of that nature. One other thing that you guys notice upon landing immediately that strikes you as odd, there seems to be a sizable population of Yuan-Ti in the area. Everyone give me a quick intelligence check to see how much you know about Yuan-Ti.
7.
That's 16.
13.
Alright, so Quintera and Saith, you guys aren't terribly familiar. Saith, you've at least heard of them, but you're not, like, intimately familiar with Yuan-Ti. Arlo, you've heard more stories of them. You don't have, like, a deep, intimate knowledge on them, but you do know that they, similar to beholders, are extremely vain creatures that believe themselves to be the apex predator. However, unlike beholders, they are emotionless creatures that are extremely manipulative and are known to try and bend to pull the strings from behind the scenes in order to get what they want. And also are not typically sociable creatures, so the fact that there is this many in a town is bizarre, to say the least.
Arlo kind of leans over to his compatriots and is just like, there's a lot of Yuan-Ti out here, and it's pretty unusual to see them just gathered around regular folk like this. I'd advise us to steer clear of them if we can. They're usually pretty tricky at best. At worst, they can be tricky and also stabby.
Raylan actually chimes in and says, I've actually had to deal with their kind before. They can be very, very dangerous. If we can avoid them, it's probably best that we do so. So...
Do you think they may be gathered in so many if it's not normal for them to do so because of what's going on with the elections?
It's entirely possible, but I don't see why they would involve themselves with the politics of a local town, especially if they're not part of its populace.
Well, I mean, if the platform that our beholder subject is running on is more equality for monstrous races, if this does end up being on the up and up, this might just be, some like-minded Yuan-Ti. We want to be careful, but we also don't want to count them out just, based on our past experiences.
This is a fair point. So, in my experience, it's unusual for the director to ask us for multiple teams to go on a single mission. I assume mostly because of the time constraints. So, to that end, I say it might be best for us to gather information independently, with each team going out and checking on various leads. And then we reconvene at the end of the night and talk about what we've learned and see if we can figure out if everything is on the up and up. Does that sound good to you guys?
Yeah, where should we meet back up with you?
Well... And then you hear the tiefling that you know has been referred to as Seven speak up and says, There is an inn in this town. It would be ideal for us to headquarters there. It is likely to be a hotspot for gatherings of anyone involved in this election, so I believe it would be advantageous for us to position ourselves there.
Alright, so what does this town consist of? So, like, we have the inn, of course. It's a small town, so I assume there's probably, like, a couple of small houses, maybe, like, a general store.
Okay, so as far as what is actually in the town itself, Raylan gives you guys a rundown, since that was some of the prep work that they did, was getting some information on the town itself. Since this is such a magical town, there are a few places that focus on the various types of magics. One such place is the Grand Archives, that documents the history of Silverymoon as well as information on the various schools of magic, and houses several magical relics. This is also typically where you would be most likely to find one of the mayoral candidates, Niavara Yaldrin, the elven apprentice to the previous mayor of the town. There is also a research area for the creation of magical items and new magical techniques that is headed by one of the other male candidates, Sibo Leafrey, a gnome who is an expert artificer. There is also the hotel, which has various residents there that may just be coming in and out, inspecting the election, things like that. There is a town square where you can find various shops of magical items, things of that nature, as well as a church that houses some altars, the main ones being for Mistra, the goddess of magic, and Milky, the goddess of the forests. And Wintera, this would be the goddess that you would be most likely to associate yourself with. Past that, the only other thing of note that you know is not even in the town, but as was mentioned by Ryan when she was debriefing you guys, Wintera's old home, the Midnight Woods, is located due south of the town, maybe like an hour or two walk.
Carl looks over, is like, Wintera, can we take time on this mission to meet your parents?
If the time allows it, I suppose we can see if it works out to go that way, but we want to focus on the mission first.
I mean, of course we're gonna focus on the mission first. I'm saying, like, after.
I mean, yeah, we can meet my family if it works out that way, I suppose. My father isn't always the most open person to meeting lots of new people, but, you know, we can see how it goes.
You actually hear the other shifter from Second Chance speak up. It's like, oh, your forest is just around here? Awesome!
Yeah, it is. Not too far.
Oh, mine's... Where I come from is like way, way to the south. Blood, more swampy and stuff like that. Is yours swampy?
I mean, we have a river that runs through the forest, but not quite. I wouldn't really describe it as swampy. Very deciduous in nature.
Nice. And Raylan kind of chimes in, getting back on topic. We can investigate either of the candidates, or we can try and track down Granifor and get some more direct results, while not provoking him. I'm sure I don't need to tell you all that beholders are exceptionally dangerous. Especially one in a heavily populated area where there could be several casualties if things go wrong.
I actually have an idea on how we could maybe kind of get at least sort of a vibe check on this guy.
I'm all ears.
Oh, his platform is like, you know, more inclusion for the monstrous races, and that's his statement on that matter. So it would make sense if we had a couple members of our party who are traditionally a little bit more shunned in smaller towns go over, maybe kind of as, like, you know, going undercover, maybe try to say like they're interviewers or something, trying to get a story about him and what he's you know, the platform he's running on, or, you know, what business that he has while he's here.
That's an interesting idea. I hadn't thought of that angle. Did you have anyone in... And as she starts saying that, she kind of like looks over to Saith and Seven.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna like volunteer them, but definitely that.
I feel like you sort of indirectly did.
I can't help but feel like this situation's a little bit racist.
Raylan, like, immediately turns away and just kind of, like, pretends she didn't hear that.
Oh.
Hey, it's not like a whole like yo tiefling class sort of thing, but we can't deny how we are perceived by others.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong.
But at the same time.
Besides, look at me, I'm a friggin' dragon man. I mean, granted, usually people are kind of like, cool, a dragon man. But, like, you know, sometimes there's like, oh, what the heck, what's going on with you? Why don't you have a tail? Which, honestly, I feel like that's a very insensitive question. You know how many times people ask me why I don't have a tail?
I know, it's just... Seriously, we're not literal dragons.
I know, right? Like, everyone's just like, that's, like, what the hell?
It's just... And she, like, Raylan straightens something. It's like, on topic.
I mean, I guess if we can find out more information, yeah.
Alright, so would you guys like to take the lead on finding out about Granifor while we look into the other candidates, or maybe even just the town's perception on this beholder?
Absolutely. May as well.
Alright, well,
If I die, I die.
let's try and avoid
Well,
that,
I figure we
please.
could do it like so. Since we're, you know, in a larger group and we tend to work in teams of 3 anyhow, we could kind of break it down into groups of 3. We'd maybe want 7 and Safe going for the interview, and maybe someone else who could kind of pass for that sort of thing going with them. And then the rest of us can go to check out the other candidates. That way, if anything does go down, we still got full active squads ready.
So
If we go with that plan, I have an idea.
so Recipe's up. So what you're suggesting is, instead of just dividing ourselves into the teams that already exist, we should pair up and combine the teams?
I mean, there's got to be a reason they sent all of us. We got to use all the resources at our disposal.
That is a fair point. We do also still have a whole week to figure this out. I figured we could at the very least just try and get some reconnaissance first before we try and take immediate action.
Well, it's not attempted action. It is just that reconnaissance.
Well,
We're just making sure that if reconnaissance goes wrong, we still got active squads ready.
alright, well, who did you have in mind for doing what? I mean, you've already mentioned who you want to speak with Granifor, but that still leaves everyone else.
Well, I say you and me can go talk to our artificer candidate, and then everyone else can go talk to the other candidate.
I think that's as good an idea as any. Let's go ahead and get it done then. I suppose we'll reconvene here in, say, a few hours?
Alright. Sounds like a plan.
Excellent.
Everybody good with that?
Let's do it.
So, you guys all split off, and as you do, Arlo, you feel a tap on the back of your ankle.
I look down.
As you do, you see a small pufferfish standing on legs, holding a flyer for one Big Betty's Wandering Tavern. And that is where we shall pause our tale for now.
I love it.
I love Big Betty's.
I do too. And I love all of you for listening to our wonderful, wonderful podcast. Thank you all so much. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check us out on Patreon. We got our after show there, Peek Behind the Screen. And we also tend to release episodes a week early. Now that we've gotten things back under control, we should be able to stick to that more regularly than we did at the beginning. Things just got kind of out of hand. We're still new at this, trying to figure everything out, so thank you for your patience with that one, but we got it now. Hopefully it stays.
Indeed. We'll do better.
We will do better. And we got plugs still. Sorry, that part hasn't been fixed, and it probably never will. So, if you guys need a graphic artist for any of your graphically artistic needs, whatever those are, I don't know. I'm not a graphic artist. I don't know what that shit is. Check out Black Feather Graphics. They are a freelance graphic artist who's helped us out with the show. They've made our logo, and they've helped me out with other projects. They've helped plenty of other people out with their own projects. They're fantastic at what they do. If you want to see their work for yourself, just head on over to blackfeathergraphics.com and check out what they got. Anyone in the Charlotte area who just has a hankering for some cheesecake, especially during these times where we cannot go out and just can't go out to our cheesecake factories and all that stuff because stupid beer virus or whatever the hell. I'm sorry, that was a dumb joke.
The beer virus.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Sam, come on.
Minus 20 Jordan points.
I'm sorry, we had
Boo.
we had a display for that of Coronas at work, and it was the first thing I thought of wow, that's a terrible idea. I realize there's no correlation, but still. But anyway, yeah, getting back to the point. Just Cheesecake by Tina Rose. Find them on Facebook. They do quality cheesecakes, whatever kind you want. They're very easy to work with. They can deliver it to you, just, again, within the Charlotte area.
Oh, they do delivery?
Well, they kind of have to.
I mean, yeah, it makes more sense. I mean, I don't know. They could do carry out, but I didn't know they did delivery.
Yeah, no.
This is legitimately not trying to do like a commercialized thing, but like, imagine the fucking height of luxury of like sitting at your home and you're like, I want cheesecake, and then you call them and like, bring me a cheesecake, and then they bring you a cheesecake. That's dope.
Stop saying the word cheesecake. Lord almighty.
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Find them on Facebook at Just Cheesecakes by Tina Rose. All right, Andrew, gear up. Do your thing.
Oh yeah. Also, check out Kinetic Concepts Personal Training. Check out our Instagram at Kinetic Concept Fitness. If you are looking to shed a little bit of weight while we've got some extra time on our hands and while you're stuck at home, give us a call. We can get you scientifically proven and catered specifically to you workouts, and we can do so virtually, so you don't have to risk getting sick. We have also started doing group sessions and group exercise sessions. Meaning you can save yourself a bit of money. It'd be much less personalized, but you can get together with a group of friends with an online conference call, get that social aspect that we're all missing while we're all stuck at home, and get a good sweat going as well. So remember, that's Kinetic Concepts Fitness Personal Training. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
And just so you guys know, like, what he's offering with that whole scientific thing fully works. Like, as one of his clients on that one, I can vouch. He's given me like every nerd's personal fantasy. I have abs now. You know how awesome that feels? We had nerd with abs. It's amazing.
I'm like actively proud of like the amount of progress you've made. Like that moment of clarity where like you were sparring with everybody like in a row and like you were tiring out multiple people. I was like, yeah, that's my boy. I did that.
Yeah, the science works. I'm proof of that. So it's not just fancy words. No, it's real. This guy can get you. He can get you right. But that's gonna do it for us this week. Next episode will be up in 2 weeks, and we got our after show up last week. So until then, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Tweet about the show.